Have you seen these metal signs online and thought, I wonder how they make them? That can't be so hard. Or I could do that. Well, you're in luck because today we're going to show you how to go from a photo to a finished piece you can mount on your wall. Follow along with the tools we're using by checking out the links in the description. And make sure to like and subscribe so you can keep up with our latest tools and projects. First, we need to start with a photo. I took this JPEG of my GTI with my smartphone and uploaded it to the computer. We want the subject isolated. That way it's easier to work with in Fusion 360. So I bring it into MS Paint to remove the background crudely. You could use Photoshop or any other software to do this as well. This is looking pretty good, so we'll save it as a PNG file for the transparent background. Next, we'll open up Fusion 360. Before we import, I want to set a target area. This will help me place the image and give me a size guide so I know how large it will be. I set the target area to 24 by 24 inches. Now we can import using the canvas tool. Click this face to insert it. Scale it to the correct size. You can also adjust the rotation a bit if needed. This will be about 2 feet by 10 inches or so. Knowing our size is good, we can hide the target area reference sketch we created earlier. Create a new sketch. This is where we'll be tracing our GTI. This tracing step will likely take you a couple minutes to get the hang of, but be patient and you'll have it traced out in no time. For tools, you'll be using the sketch tools in the top left. Experiment to see what you like best. I used a lot of 3-point arcs for this. We move through this using our tools. Keep in mind this is going to be a cutout, so we can take a few liberties. For example, I simplified a feature or two such as the lower valence that was peeking through here. We can check our progress by using the canvas button and adjust any points we don't like. My last note is always keep in mind you're making cut lines, not just tracing. Just like when you carve a pumpkin, you can't have all your cut lines run into each other or you end up with just a big outline instead of a detailed piece. Also, make sure to leave ample space. Usually at least 3 millimeters or 1/8 inch between lines. Otherwise segments might melt and fall away. We keep that in mind when tracing out our bumper, spoiler, fenders, and so on. We apply this same approach to trace out the wheels. Alright, and after about an hour, we have this. Now we can turn these lines into a machine path. We click from Design to Manufacture in the top left, then click Cutting. Then on the right pop-up menu, select Geometry. This next part is a two-step process. We're going to start out with all our detail lines, then we'll do our cutouts, like the windows in full silhouette. So start clicking the detail lines and continue until all are selected. There might be a better way to do this, but I just brute force it. Let me know if you find anything better in the comments below. With everything selected, click Tool. Go to Library, select the plasma tool setting you want to use or create a new one. I adjusted the kerf width to 0.85 millimeters, which will depend on your cut amperage and material, so be sure it's in the right ballpark. Now in the Passes tab, we adjust sideways compensation to center. Check smoothing, and we'll head over to linking. We'll uncheck lead in and lead out as we want our lines to stay nice and clean. Hit enter and navigate to the cutting button at the top again. Now we'll do the cutouts. The only thing we're going to adjust on this is to make sure smoothing is checked and set our lead into 4 millimeters and 0 for pierce clearance. Now we can review our work and make sure everything looks good by control clicking our two setups. The first one for the details and the second one for the cutouts. This will give us the total shape to be cut. Once happy with that, click Post Process. If you've never done this before, you'll need to import a post from the library. You can download this from the Eastwood website. Select the post. We'll name this GTI and select where you want the file output to go. Probably the USB drive for your machine. Hit Post. Now we can take the USB with the file on it and go over to the table. So we've got our post-processed file and we're ready to load it onto the machine. We'll hit F2. F2 again, go into USB to load our file. There it is. Hit enter to quick load it. And now we have the file up on the screen. But I want to adjust this start point over here in the bottom left so we can line it up with our sheet. To do that on this machine is really easy. You just hit F3 part option and then F1 start point. And this will cycle it down to each corner or the center point. And once you got it where you want it, just press escape and you're ready to go. All right, so we've got our part set up how we want it. We have the start point adjusted to the bottom left. Now, due to the vast number of cut lines with this file, if we wanted to switch this into demo mode and run it to make sure this is all going to fit on our sheet, it would take a really long time. The easy way to avoid that is if we hit F7 here, and we can use this frame function. This will start from the bottom center of the cut, and it'll align it with the plate and show you exactly where you're going to end up cutting. So it'll just run back and then it'll run to here and then it'll show you the frame of the part. This will make sure that you don't run off your plate. All right, so it looks like it's gonna fit. That's awesome. Start. All right, we pulled the GTI piece from the waterbed and cleaned it up. Here's how it's looking. I'm happy with how this came out. I'll probably powder coat it in the future and then mount it so I have a cool piece for my office or garage. The cool thing about CNC files is they don't go bad, so once you create one, you can cut as many of that file as you have material for. This is great if you want to set up a small production shop and sell CNC cut parts, art, or whatever else you can come up with. We have plasma cutters and tables to fit every size and budget. For more information on them, head over to eastwood.com.